You're watching the 18 WJTS News. I'm Joy Holt. In top stories, an early morning fire in Rockport left a historic building damaged. The lights are much brighter in downtown Jasper following the lighting of the Astra marquee, and a Jasper utility puts the city on the map once again for maintaining excellent safety standards. In our first story, officials responded to a fire at the historic Rockport Inn early this morning after a passerby walking called it in. The historic restaurant, built sometime in the 1850s, is located just off of the square in Rockport on the corner of Walnut and 3rd Street. Owner Stacy Schulte, who lives next door to the establishment, said she was woke up by what she thought was the sound of rain, but when she looked out her window, saw smoke and flames coming from the backside of the inn. Mike and Stacy Schulte are co-owners of the Rockport Inn, which is a bed and breakfast. They also own McKenzie's Bar and Grill, built in 2001 next door to the inn. Stacy Schulte said after noticing flames, she went to get guests staying in the bed and breakfast out of the building and notify fire officials. 4 fire departments were initially called to the scene. However, assisting personnel with 3 other area departments to reinforce efforts to put down the fire were called in as well. The fire looks to have been in the backside of the inn near the kitchen. The call came in just before 6 a.m. Central Time. While crews worked to put the flames out, a second fire started, prompting crews to re-enter the building. The bed and breakfast shares a wall with McKenzie's Bar and Grill. Crews had the fire out by 12 noon today. The cause of the fire is yet to be determined and no injuries were reported. A crowd gathered last night as the Astra Theater's marquee was set to shine, and it did just that. Next Act President Mark Stezik took time before the lighting to thank everyone that had contributed to the campaign of refurbishing the historic theater.
This community, as you can see, is excited about it, and they've really come through time and time again. I mean, over the course of 3.5 years, I mean, this community, and in a large part, a lot of these people that are here right now have saved us. You know, we did the legwork. These guys helped us do it financially.
And with the renovation finally seeing near completion, the celebration was on. Many there during last night's ceremony had stories to tell of the first time they had visited the Astra. Whether it was on a first date or the place they had their first kiss, magic had definitely returned to the theater. Saturday, the historic Jasper landmark will host its first event with a sold-out show as it welcomes Nashville recording artist Will Kimbrough and Patrick Sweeney to the stage. Safety continues to be the main focus for Jasper City Departments as the water utility learned that it has won the 2018 Wendell-Ledoux Utility Safety Award, a nationwide recognition, with Jasper being the only municipality in the state to ever be recognized. The water utility won the 2018 Wendell-Ledoux Utility Safety Award from the American Water Works Association as a Class II service provider and will be presented with the award at the group's annual meeting in Las Vegas this coming June. Tim Dorsum, Jasper Gas and Water Manager, is proud of the employees and the city's accomplishment.
Well, it's not only with this office, it's throughout the city. You know, Kel Knies has gotten our safety program up to upper scale. And I think that all of the city employees reflect that. They're very dedicated on safety issues, and they do a great job day in, day out in all kinds of weather and all kinds of adverse conditions.
Jasper Personnel Safety Loss Control Director Kel Knies indicated the award aligns with the city's safety programs, and Jasper General Manager of Utilities Bud Hauersberger stated that he is proud of the Jasper Water Department, citing the Utilities Department's work very hard to emphasize the importance of making sure every employee stays safe on the job. The award was established in honor of Wendell R. Ledoux, a longtime industry safety advocate. A Princeton man and a Vincennes man found themselves behind bars after leading police on a car pursuit and a brief foot chase when they fled after crashing into a ditch last night near Birdseye. 40-year-old Zebariah Stillwell of Princeton led state police on a vehicle chase Wednesday evening after motorists on I-64 reported a reckless driver traveling eastbound in excess of 100 miles per hour near the 58-mile marker. Indiana State Trooper Nathaniel Kern observed Stillwell, who was driving a Dodge Charger, passing the Ferdinand exit. Trooper Kern was able to catch up to Stillwell near I-64 and State Road 145. Police say that's when Stillwell exited I-64 and traveled north on State Road 145, disregarding an NDOT barricade for a closed road. Stillwell, continuing northbound with Trooper Kern in pursuit, made an abrupt U-turn, driving back south head-on towards Kern as he was attempting to exit his patrol car. Police reported that Stillwell swerved before striking Kern and drove through a field near Taylor Hollow Road before crashing into a ditch. Stillwell and his passenger, 22-year-old William McCarter of Vincennes, both then exited the vehicle and attempted escape on foot. Trooper Kern apprehended McCarter near the crash location. A short time after the crash, the Dubois County Sheriff's Department had received a 911 call from a homeowner reporting a suspect was attempting to break into their residence, which was located near the crash location. An Indiana State Trooper and a Dubois County deputy were dispatched to the home and after arriving spotted Stillwell running through the woods. The officers were able to chase down and apprehend him. He was taken to Jasper Memorial Hospital by ambulance for medical evaluation before he was transported to the Dubois County Jail, where he is currently being held on no bond pending multiple charges. McCarter was taken to the Perry County Hospital for a medical evaluation before he was transported to the Dubois County Jail, where he is currently being held on bond facing one felony count of common nuisance, resisting law enforcement, and possession of marijuana. In other police news, a welfare check by Indiana conservation officers Tuesday evening ended with the arrest of a Crawford County man on a drug-related charge. Tuesday night, a DNR officer was on patrol along Blue River in Crawford County when he observed 24-year-old Brandon Lynch of Leavenworth and a female near a truck with the hood up. The officer stopped to render assistance. As the officer approached, he observed Lynch throw something on the ground that was quickly determined to be a syringe. As the officer attempted to handcuff Lynch, they say he forcibly resisted and took off running. A foot pursuit ensued, and Lynch was apprehended and handcuffed. Another conservation officer arrived to assist, and they say Lynch continued to forcibly resist both officers after transport to the Crawford County Jail, where he was booked for possession of a syringe and resisting law enforcement. The female was released at the scene. And finally, 3 seminarians received the Order of Deacon from the Most Reverend Charles Thompson, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Indianapolis, April 7th at the St. Meinrad Arch Abbey Church. The newly ordained deacons are Timothy DeCrane and Vincent Gilmore, both of the Archdiocese of Indianapolis, and Brother Damian Evangelista, OSB, of Prince of Peace Abbey, Oceanside, California. They are students at St. Meinrad Seminary and School of Theology. Others in their class will or have been ordained deacons in their respective dioceses. In the Catholic faith, a deacon can preach, baptize, witness marriages, offer communion to the sick and aged, and perform other ministerial duties. The newly ordained deacons are transitional deacons, meaning they are preparing for ordination to the priesthood. Many Catholic dioceses also have permanent deacons who carry out the same role but are not studying for the priesthood. St. Meinrad Seminary and School of Theology offers initial and ongoing formation for priests, permanent deacons, and lay ministers. The school is operated by the Benedictine monks of St. Meinrad Arch Abbey. That's news on 18 WJTS. Stay tuned. Your weather outlook and extended forecast are up after this.